Are you sure you want to build a container home? Watch this video to see if a container home is right for you. So there's two things you need to consider before deciding to build a shipping container home. The two things are zoning, making sure that the property you have, you're able to build a container home on it. And number two is properly coming up with a budget.
Yeah, the misconception people have is these things are cheap to build, and that's not necessarily true. You basically have a structural box, but you're building a home inside of that box, and it produces a lot of challenges for someone who hasn't done it.
So for zoning, there's a misconception that if you own a piece of property, you can take your container, slap it on there, and build out your home. But the reality is there's a lot of regulation and a lot of red tape you're gonna have to go through. And depending on where you're located, there's different regulation in regards to the size of your home. So we're here in Las Vegas, Nevada, and the minimum square footage requirement for a home in Vegas is 900 square feet. And because of that, it means if you own an acre property, you can't build a 200 or 300 square foot tiny home on it. It won't get approved. It won't pass the permitting process because it has to be at least 900 square feet. For those of you that are looking to build a container home and maybe you already have a main home on the property, it's gonna go in the backyard, you may wanna consider, if you're in an HOA, this is something you're gonna need to consult with them on, and the exterior of your container home may have to be revised to match the existing structure. So we have done builds in the past where we've actually stuccoed the exterior of containers, or we've even done wood siding and things like that that just soften up the industrial feel and allow a city or a homeowners association to approve a build. In order to figure out what you're allowed to do on your property, the best step is to call your local zoning department and let them know what you're interested in doing. They'll be able to provide you the feedback you need to know if you're allowed to do so.
So when it comes to budget, building your container home, some people don't think about is site work, engineer drawings. All those things cost a lot of money, and I think people just overlook that step prior to building. What people have in mind with a container home is that you literally get a container, you build it, you slap it on some land, but that's never how it goes. So first things first, you want to make sure that you can build on your property. Like Tony said, calling the zoning department and figuring out what you can do first. If you're gonna need a full foundation, if you're gonna need to lay some gravel, whatever that looks like, you're gonna have to figure that out.
And it's interesting, so we just talked with a client yesterday. They had reached out to their zoning department, and it's in Hawaii on the Big Island. We're building them a container home, and they found out that the trees that are located on the property cannot be cut down. So that actually affects the design of the container home, because now your container home can only be placed in a very specific location on your property. It affects the dimensions when you take into account your egress. We also had this happen with a client in Joshua Tree, California, where you're not allowed to move Joshua trees. So they almost spent all this money on a property only to find out there's no room to put a home on it because there's trees everywhere. Yeah. So those are important things to consider in relation to the property itself.
Another thing on budget is on your site, does your site have power? Does your site have water? All the main utilities you need to actually have a functioning home. If you don't, that means you're gonna have to run them to your property, and that gets very pricey. So that's something to take into consideration. If you're buying a piece of land that has nothing, you're probably gonna either go off grid, that's with water tanks, septic, the whole nine like that, or you find a property that already has existing utilities.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, there is just honestly, some false ideas out there that a container home is gonna be so much cheaper than any other type of structure. But at the end of the day, you're doing a custom build, and custom builds are not cheap. Yeah. And so the same costs that are associated with any other custom build, right? Your architectural drawings, your engineer drawings, your soil reports, your foundation, structurally building everything properly, the actual cost to build out, you're gonna be on par with traditional construction. Now, if you do it as a DIY project, as an owner builder, of course you're gonna have cost savings, but it's just like you would if you were building a traditional stick-built home. And so I think it's important for people to understand that a container home is not a cheaper alternative to traditional construction when you're doing it as a permitted build. Now, if your property is located in a very rural area that has low building regulations, your costs are going to be significantly less. You know, we've done builds in northern Arizona and in Utah where the building departments can be a lot easier to work with, and as a result, their standards are less, which means less cost. On the other end, if you're building in, say, Southern California, where they have really high safety regulations and really high energy efficiency standards, your cost will increase. So as an RV, you're actually regulated by the DMV, and you are able to go anywhere that an RV can now go. What's cool about this is if you already have a main structure on your property, you may be able to put this on your property as an additional unit that you can use and not have to go through that heavy lifting of a permitting process. Now, if you just have raw land, this really isn't a solution for you. Most likely you can't park your RV on raw land and use it as a temporary living structure unless you are planning on building a main home on the property down the road and the city gives you the okay on that. Thanks for watching. For more information, you can visit us online at alternativeliving spaces.com, and we'll see you in the next video.